YouTube world, it's your boy Lucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another pay-per-view review. Yeah, I actually do a review on the pay-per-view, and this pay-per-view that I'm going to review is called Survivor Series. Yes, indeed, Survivor Series was yesterday. I was going to record it last night, but then I got tired because I had to work, and it was a whole thing. And then I had to wake up. It was a whole thing. And then I was going to do it earlier, and then I had to go to work. I had to stay at work later. So, yay, here I am. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, dislike, whatever you want to do. Doesn't matter. You clicked on the video. If you don't like it, I respect it. Um, but this is the good, the bad, and the end of a dynasty. Let's talk about it. I just made that up. All right, so let's get into the nitty gritty of Survivor Series. Overall, it was, and I feel like I say this with every pay per view WWE does. It was a tale of two halves. Uh, you had half the show was really good, and then the other half, they were there. They was chilling. They was doing their thing. Um, so I'm gonna go to the pre-show, and then I'm gonna go talk about the show from my least favorite into my favorite. I think that's going to be how I do it, and this is just gonna be my opinion on it. So if you agree, great, we agree. If you don't agree, then let me know that you don't agree, and let me know what your least favorite and what your favorite match is. So so first, we're not going to talk about my least favorite. We're just going to talk about the Kick Show. I didn't watch it. I was watching something else. I just know that Miz won. When I did turn into it, it was like the Miz. I think somebody just eliminated Shinsuke Nakamura. Chad Gable was there, and I think Dominic Mysterio was there, and Jeff Hardy was there. Oh, and Elias. I think Jeff Hardy eliminated Elias. I think Chad Gable eliminated Jeff Hardy. I think that Dominic tried to eliminate Miz, but he like rolled in. He was like out, and then he rolled in, and then he put him back out. Dominic eliminated Chad Gable. He thought he won, and then Miz eliminates Dominic because he does. So Miz wins, and we're gonna talk about the Miz later. But Miz wins. Good for him. So we're gonna talk about my least favorite of the show, and I think it was the least favorite only because of the ending of it. I think if the ending didn't happen the way it did, I think this would have been one of the better matches. But I'm going to talk about the women's Survivor Series team. That was my least favorite match, and it was really only because of the ending. Um, I think that what they did completely opposite what they did to the men's Survivor Series team is they actually got they got some people eliminated and stuff like that. I did like Bailey. I did like that she comes out and she was going down. She's like, I'm the captain of my team, and she's showing everybody and she's shaking everybody's hand as they come down the ring. She's like, Captain, Captain. That's pretty good. The stuff that what they did with Lana, you kind of expected. They were treating her like trash, telling her to get on, stand on the steps, don't move, don't do anything. I like that they did attempt to even though they didn't want her, she did tag herself in, and when she did tag herself in, she got one up on Natty. She was moving with Natty, which also shows how good Natty really is. That she can bring Lana to her. She could bring Lana up to a halfway decent showing. Got Lana getting in there, putting in some submissions, putting in some nice pin attempts and some roll ups and stuff like that. So that was pretty decent stuff. Um, I like that they got some of the youngers like some Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce. They got some big W's. Peyton Royce got a pin Bailey, so that was good. She did a superplex over the top rope, and she hit her with the deja vu, which is a fire move. So she got a pin on her. So that was great. Good for her. Then Natty came in, she put her with the sharpshooter. And then Natty, or not Natty, Lacey Evans looked really good. Women's right to what's her face? I think it was it Ruby Riot? I think it was Ruby Riot. I think she eliminated Ruby Riot or something like that. She got the win. So yeah, everything was going good. Shayna Baszler was being MVP. She was out there bumping for everybody. She eliminated some people, and then it all came down to Lana, Shayna, and what's her face, and Nia versus Bianca Belair just by herself after Shayna had made Liv Morgan tap out or pass out, whichever one she did. And this is where for me it went all the way down South Hill. Um, they didn't give Bianca, they didn't give her like a pin. Like she didn't pin anybody. They didn't give her to pin Lacey Evans. They didn't get her to pin uh, whatever her name is. Peyton Royce. They didn't let her pin Shayna Baszler or Nia Jax. And this is like the biggest problem WWE always has. They want to make everybody look strong, so they want to try to think of creative ways to do a finish. And in the end, it doesn't really make anybody look strong because Bianca Belair, she didn't pin or submit anybody. She didn't pin Shayna Baszler because Shayna Baszler has to look strong. So she got disqualified because she didn't let go of the hold, even though Bianca had her arm on the, even though she was on rope break, however that works. So Shayna got disqualified, and then Nia Jax gets all mad, and then she's about to do things off the table, and instead of at least getting her counted out or whatever like that, they both get counted out. And then Lana, who just sat there for maybe 15 out of the 20 minutes of the match, who just stood there at the end, ends up being a sole survivor. And it's like that's trash. I would have at least had okay. She breaks the 10 count before Nia Jax. Nia Jax gets eliminated, and then it's not, and then it's Lana, and then just have Bianca Belair beat Lana or something like that, or have everybody from Team Raw beat up Bianca Belair and something. I don't know, but the way they did it, it didn't make Bianca look strong because she still lost to Alana, who was there. It didn't make Shayna Baszler look strong because she knows the rules of that you're supposed to let go, and she didn't. It didn't make Nia Jax look strong because she's the one that got dumped over and got counted out with Bianca Belair. So that didn't make anybody look strong. It started off fairly decent, and I thought it was gonna finish strong, but it didn't at all, and I didn't like it. And nobody went through a table, so that was trash. Yeah, that was that match. My next least favorite match was the men's the men's survivors match, and it wasn't even that it was just bad. It was just I want to say it wasn't predictable. Yeah, it was pretty predictable. I mean, I don't know. It wasn't a horrible match. I don't think it was anything wrong with the match, but the fact that SmackDown got no like not one pin, like no one, like Jey Uso didn't get like one super kick on Matt Riddle, like maybe another super kick on AJ Styles, like nothing. Like I was like, wow. So first off, AJ Styles' whole gear was fire. Keith Lee got a new theme song. Everybody can stop crying about Keith Lee's theme song, how nobody liked it. He was like, "Oh my god, this was trash." And then Keith Lee kept trying to tell everybody, "Just relax, just let me handle it." And I got it, and he finally got it, and it's fire. He made his own theme song because he rapped his own theme, so it's fire. Um, and yeah, clean sweep. Seth Rollins, everybody was doing their thing, and then Seth Rollins, he said, "Hey, tag me in." He tags in, and then he still stands there, gets on his knees. He tells Sheamus it's for the greater good, and Sheamus bro kicks his face off, and Seth Rollins get pinned 1, 2, 3, and everybody from SmackDown was like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I like how Kevin Owens was like, "He's like, yep, as always, you're a piece of garbage, like I always knew you would be." So that was Seth Rollins' send off for one, not having to deal with Matt Riddle, and two, being a Papa Bear for his team, for his wife who's about to have a baby either next month or the month after. Seth Rollins is about to be a Papa Bear, so that's good for him. And then yeah, everybody just kept getting eliminated one by one. Uh, they thought that Team Blue was going to get on the same page after that, and Braun Strowman ran everybody over. They beat up Otis and Kevin Owens, who was hitting stunners on everybody, but nope. I guess the one thing about it was Matt Riddle got his win back over Corbin. So yep, and I think Matt got yep. So Sheamus eliminated one. Uh, Matt Riddle eliminated Baron Corbin. I know Keith Lee eliminated Jay Uso. Um, who else got eliminated? Who else was on that team? Sheamus, Seth, um, Matt Riddle, Corbin. I think Braun Strowman eliminated. Who else was on that team? Kevin Owens, Otis. Braun Strowman eliminated Otis. Oh, and AJ Styles eliminated Kevin Owens, I believe. So I think each one of them got one elimination. I think no. Corbin. Who eliminated Corbin? No, who eliminated Evan Kevin Owens? Did AJ Styles eliminate? I think AJ Styles eliminated Kevin Owens. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I think AJ Styles because he was hitting stunners on everybody. Yeah, I think AJ Styles might have eliminated Kevin Owens. He either eliminated Kevin Owens and everybody got at least one elimination, or somebody got two eliminations and AJ Styles was going to pretend to be the captain, but everybody is going to be like, nah, you didn't even eliminate anybody. So I think they all got elimination in there. But I mean, it was there. It was fine. It wasn't anything horrible, but I the only good thing that came out of that was Roman Reigns when he was sitting there with Jimmy, who got a nice fresh braid in there, and uh, he tried to explain himself to Roman about what happened, and Roman was like, "Did I ask for an excuse?" He was like, "You lost. You know why you lost? Because nobody on your team respected you. You know what that means? It means nobody respected you. They don't respect you. That means they don't respect me. If they don't disrespect me, that means they don't respect anybody in our family. You're gonna let everybody disrespect our family?" I was like, how do you always just bring it back to everybody disrespecting the family just because of one thing, which is hilarious. I love how Roman always just throws that in there. He was like, you know what? They don't respect you. They don't respect you. They don't respect me. They don't respect me. That means they don't respect our family. It was like, wait, what? What? Where did that come from? But then Jimmy was like, hey, forget him. Let's just go. And then Roman was like, "Yo, who are you? No, you can leave. I didn't tell you to go nowhere." And they was like, "You know what? You sick of me. Get your brother and leave." Roman's great. I love Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the best. So that was fantastic. I loved everything about that. So that was all good. That was good stuff. Oh yeah, and then I think people from both the women's Survivor Series team they was doing back and forth stuff, and Lana was out and by herself, and she was looking sad. Um, so the next match would that I would not favor is the whole was I don't want to say the whole. It was Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn, and there was nothing wrong with this match. It was just like out of these matches, this like the next three matches were just this fire. Um, this the next match, there was nothing wrong with this match. This is pretty much everything that you expected this match to be. Bobby Lashley dominating Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn finding a million and one creative ways to try to get a loophole on Lashley. That's pretty much what this match was. It was creative enough to show off Sami Zayn's part. He even brought back the vertigo thing that him and Lashley did like last year. I like that he brought that back. He was like, my vertigo, my vertigo. That was hilarious. Faking injury, tries to jump on him. He tries to do the double count out victory. He tries to do the counter victory. He tries to get the people from the Hurt Business to punch him to get him disqualified. He even pushes Cedric Alexander, who looked like he's about to hit him. Shelton Benjamin's like, relax, hold on there, easy lion. He tries to escape. He tries to pretend that MVP tripped him. He tries to get the turnbuckle, dispose of the turnbuckle. Every little thing that he tried to do, but it didn't work. In the end, Bobby Lashley, with the Hurt Lock, gets it in, and Bobby Lashley is your winner for Team Raw. And it was good stuff. I enjoyed it. It was good stuff. But unfortunately for that match, there was three matches that just blew this out of the water. And we're going to talk about those right now. The first of the three, third place with the match, 4 stars, 4.25 stars. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. This match was really, really good. But of course, Sasha Banks, Asuka, there's no such thing as a bad match with Sasha Banks and Asuka. The thing with these matches are what are they going to do differently than what they did before? And what they did differently is they gave Sasha Banks a clean win, clean as a whistle. And I like this because they was going back and forth. Asuka, of course, being cocky. Asuka, nobody is ready for Asuka. I'm in it. I'm the best. You're not ready for me. She was I got a phone call. I don't know what it is. She was out there said nobody's ready for me. She was playing with Sasha Banks the whole time. There's a lot of back and forth technical wrestling during like the first half, and then towards like the end, like there was so many smooth counters. Like Oscar is so smooth with everything that she does. It's amazing what she can do. Um, Meteoras, she tried Meteoras. Oscar counters her. She tried to hit the Oscar lock. Sasha Banks counters. Um, I think she tried to do a meteor off the turnbuckle off the like barricade and like she kicked her off or something like that. And in the end, there was exchanging like pin attempts, and Sasha got the best of the pin attempts and got her 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. This is the reign that Sasha Banks really needed because all her 4 or 5 reigns as champion, she would hold it and then she would lose it without defending it. Like she had one defense with her title, and every single defense that she has, she would lose. So I like that they're making it up to her. It's like now she's gonna beat everybody. She got her win off of Bailey. She got this win finally off of Asuka. She's probably gonna beat Carmella. She's probably gonna beat Bianca Belair or whoever else is gonna be. It's probably gonna be Bianca Belair. Whoever's ready for her at WrestleMania, hopefully, fingers crossed, she beats them too. So I hope and pray that this is the reign they give her finally because she really, really deserves it because she's one of the best. And Asuka, I hope she turns heel and she starts kicking everybody in the head, kicking everybody in the face. Just go around backstage hitting everybody with Asuka locks. I hope that's what she needs to do. I hope that's what she does because the way that the face expression that she looked after she got beat by Sasha, she's like, "Did I just lose? Asuka, me?" I she much I don't want to be disrespectful, but you know, I was gonna try to do Japanese, but I can't do it. No disrespect to all the Japanese out there, but she's probably cussing up a storm in Japanese. She's like, "I love man, Asuka lose. Nobody ready for Sasha." So I hope she just comes and destroys everybody. That'd be great. So that match was great. The second match, 4.5 stars. Thought this was gonna be match of the night. New Day versus the Street Profits. And this match probably would have been what my favorite match was at the night if the ending of that match just was like the ending of that match and we'll talk about that in a second. But they just went into like they went 0 to 100 for real for real. But this match was so good from the beginning to the end. Like it felt like this felt like a big deal with Big E with the entrance when he was all Thunderdome, don't you dare! Like he came out, they had the whole Gears of War fit on, fire, fire fit, fantastic. Uh, Big E had the titles, had the two tag team titles, so maybe he was a tag team champion with them. I don't know. But he had the titles with them. They came out. Street Profits with the blue, white and blue, looking clean as well. Came out. They cut themselves a promo, and they had the match. Oh, this was so good. Um, I like how Xavier Woods and Angelo Dawkins started out. They were smiling a lot during this match. They've known each other for I think they said 10 years. They used to be roommates back in NXT. They used to be like roommates and stuff like that. And this was the first time both of them like had a match together. So I know they were happy for that. I like the exchange with Kofi and what's his face, Kofi and Montez Ford. There was going a lot on Montez Ford's like his midsection. They was murdering his midsection. Um, New Day, as always, 10-time champions, super duper cocky, super duper confident. Said we are better than you guys. Look at this. Look what we're doing to them. Putting in that work on them. Um, Montez Ford hit a Trouble of Paradise on Kofi Kingston. That was hilarious. He went for, I think they went for the Midnight Hour on Montez Ford, but he kicked out because, and they made a good thing on commentary saying that normally with the Midnight Hour, normally like that's Big E who's doing it. So it doesn't have the same effects because Big E's a bigger guy. It would probably been a bigger impact as for like Woods, who's a smaller guy. So maybe that's the reason why they kicked out because of they're using two smaller guys for the Midnight Hour and not the bigger Big E for it, which was good stuff. They hit the spine buster frog splash from the heavens on Kofi Kingston, but of course they was working on the midsection, working on it all night. So it took him Montez a good 5-10 seconds to get the cover, and he kicked out. That was all good stuff. They got a lot of breaks in there. Um, this was fantastic. And then in the end, they hit a blockbuster, um, like that blockbuster thing. I didn't even know this was going to be the end of the match. They hit like the blockbuster thing on Woods for the three, and Kofi was just this close and missed him. Um, yeah, this probably could have went on another 5-10 minutes, and I would have enjoyed it even more. It probably would have been the best match on a card. That probably would have been a 5-star match if they went an extra 5-10 minutes. But this was still fantastic. This was still a great one match. They always say they'll probably have a whole bunch of matches to in the future, but you always remember the first. And for the first time, Street Profits beat the New Day, and of course, when they have their second, third match, it's you already know it's going to be, hey, don't forget, New Day is no problem because we beat them. Remember, and that's how it's going to be based off of. Remember, I said that. But that was a fantastic match, and then of course, final match, the match of the night for and 4.75 to 5 stars. It was that good. I'll be honest. First half, I fell asleep. I was a sleepy boy. They was doing the methodical, the thing where they normally do with the Roman Reigns match. Yeah, slow him down. This was like if somebody, like if a Sheamus was facing John Cena, and Sheamus was Roman Reigns, and Drew McIntyre was John Cena, and then they would just beat him down. He would just keep kicking out of stuff, and he would do all this and kick out, and then in the end he would do 5 moves, and then John Cena wins. LOL. But this towards like the end, like the second half and the third half, oh, magnificent. I was sleeping. I was falling asleep, and then I think I woke up. Drew hit a fire spine buster for it too. And then that's when it got good. I was looking, I was kind of looking. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, maybe we might be getting somewhere. Then chin holds and Superman punches and elbows to the face, and Drew kicking out. And when Roman Reigns did, I think he did like a spear, and then Drew rolled out the ring, and then he did something to him on the announce table. I think he's like Samoa dropped him. He Samoa dropped him on the announce table. The table didn't break, so he did it again. Table breaks, spears him. Well, then he like rolls in because it was almost a 10. Rolls out, spears him through the barricade, throws him in the ring. 1-2 kick out. I was like, what? I was like, Drew McIntyre's about to win. I was like, they're not about. Drew McIntyre's about to win. He just gave him everything. Drew McIntyre. And then he gets desperate. He does the submission, hits him with the guillotine. You think he's gonna get out. He powers out of it. Roman Reigns is like, what in the world is going on? Boom, Claymore to Roman Reigns, bump to the ref, and then of course you know what happens. As always, Drew McIntyre is about to pick him up. Boom, low blow to the face bone. Then Jey Uso comes out, super kick to your face bone, and then with the super kick to the face, hurt and then the nuts, and then guillotine locked in again, calling down another referee, even though the referee just saw him low blow with the super kick. Don't think too much about it. Don't worry about it. But he calls the ref in, and Drew McIntyre, after all that, does not tap out. He just passes out after, I think, for a good 20 seconds he was in that move. And then he passes out. Roman Reigns, your tribal chief, is the winner. That match was really, really good. Like I said, slow start, but the finale of that match was superb. I loved it. That if they would have did that from the beginning to the end, like if they were like back and forth from the beginning to the end, that might have been 5 star. I don't know what Dave Meltzer is going to give it. He might give it four. He might give it 5 stars. He might give it 4.7 stars. But I think if the first half of that match wasn't as slow as it was, that probably would have been 5 stars. No questions asked. Because that second half, third half was something else. It was fantastic. But those were all the matches. But then we still have one more thing. Uh, I didn't really grade this. If I would grade, I'd give it an A plus. I give it 5 stars. And this, actually, I give it four. I'll give it 4.7 stars for one thing, and I'll tell you why. So, Undertaker's farewell. This is what they've been talking about. We love the Undertaker. Undertaker 30 years. They give him a video package and stuff like that. And then they walk him down some stars to celebrate Undertaker. So here's some names that I wrote down. Some people might remember these names, and some people might not remember these names. So for Taker's farewell, Shane O'Mac, here comes the money. Here we go. Here comes the money. Money, money, money. Anyways, Big Show. Always good to see the Big Show. JBL. Jeff Hardy, who comes out with fire Undertaker face paint. That was fantastic face paint. Mick Foley. Good to see Mick Foley. The Godwins, who um, who beat Triple H. I believe they beat Triple H in like a slap bucket match or something like that. Um, and also one of the Godwins, I think, was also Midian from the Ministry of Darkness from the Undertaker. Savio Vega, who was there, was great stuff. Um, Rikishi was out there, but they played the music, and I thought it was Scotty Too Hottie. I put Scotty Too Hottie question mark, and then I was like, oh, Rikishi. I was like, oh, that makes way more sense than Scotty Too Hottie. And then Kevin Nash came out, and I was like, Scott Hall? I was like, oh, Kevin Nash. Okay, cool. Booker T, HBK, uh, then Ric Flair, Triple H, and then Kane. All these people come out, they're clapping, they're loving each other and stuff, and then they go to a video package, and then they come back, and then Vince McMahon is in the ring by himself, and everybody else is gone. I was like, where'd everybody go? I was like, everybody's just like outside or something. It's like, oh no, they're not there. And then Vince McMahon talks about something. I don't know. He was just talking. You couldn't really hear what anything he was saying. And then he announced the Undertaker. And then when he came, and then when the Undertaker, when he takes 25 minutes because he's the Undertaker, respect the Undertaker, love the Undertaker. Took him 20 minutes. He comes down the ring, and then Vince McMahon is gone. I was like, so the only problem. So then the Undertaker comes out, uh, piped in crowds. Thank you, Taker. We love you. We miss you. All that other good stuff. And he was saying that he's been doing this for 30 years, taking crushing holes, digging holes, collecting souls. That's what he says. But it's time for the Undertaker for his final farewell, for me to go right up in the sunset. It's time for me to rest in peace. Blah 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 blah. He does his thing. He does the sit down thing. Oh yeah! And Paul Bearer highlight thing comes in. It's all magnificent. I'm crying like a little child. I'm like, oh my god, Paul Bearer, you're so good. Snot's coming out my nose and stuff like that. And he's doing the thing, and he exits the ring. He looks back 25 times. I think Fiend's gonna come. The Fiend didn't come. He does his hand. He leaves. End the show. Great, fantastic, love it all. What was the point of having everybody come down? As soon as they do a video package, they all left. That makes no sense. What they should have did was they should have had Vince McMahon come out, said whatever he said. Then Undertaker comes out. Undertaker says his thing. He does his thing, collecting souls, digging holes, rest in peace, rah, all that other good stuff. And then Shane O'Mac, here comes the money. And then, well, it's the big show. And then one by one, everybody come out, they congratulate him, they give him hugs, they kiss him on the lips, kiss him on the forehead. I don't know their business, whatever they want to do to him. But then they all come outside, and then Jeff Hardy comes with the face paint, with his face paint, does the thing with him. Um, Big Foley comes out. I think everybody should have came out one by one to show their respects to the Undertaker. And then finally, Kane comes out. You think Silver, everybody's clapping for the Undertaker. And then boom, Kane comes out. And then they do them together hug. And then they do their thing with the thing together. And then Paul Bearer comes out. He doesn't come out, but the hologram of Paul Bearer comes out. And then there's a nice moment with those three together for that one last time. And then either Kane and Undertaker they both leave, they both do the little look, and then they both do the thing. Or Kane gives Undertaker his last respects. I love you, you're the best. and then he leaves, and then Undertaker leaves, and then he does his thing, and then it's over. That's what I think they should have did. That would have been more. I think it would have been more impactful if they would have did it that way instead of having everybody come out and then they throw it to a video package and now everybody's gone. So nobody congratulated the Undertaker. They all clapped for each other, and then the video character came and then they were gone. It was like, what was the point of it? Uh, but that was the little thing. That was the only thing. I know a lot of people were a little. I keep moving because my foot fell asleep. My foot hurts now. I kind of fell asleep. I know a lot of people were like they were like, "Oh, the Undertaker deserved more. Why couldn't he do it in front of a crowd? He should have said more than we said." It was like, it's the Undertaker. The Undertaker never ever says anything more than what he just did. That is the Undertaker. That's what he does. He comes in there. He says he collects souls. He digs holes. We all rest in peace. Blah blah blah. And then that's the end. That's what he does. That's what he's been doing for 30 years, except for the biker badass taker. That's the only Undertaker who probably says a little bit more than what he normally does. But even at that, it's still only maybe 2 minutes of dialogue, even with American Badass Taker. The crowd, I mean, it's not like the Undertaker's leaving forever and ever. It's like this his farewell. This is his farewell. He debuted in Survivor Series 30 years ago exactly. This was literally the perfect time for him to retire, whether there's a crowd there or not. This is the perfect time for him to retire. And then when he gets into a Hall of Fame, or then when there's a crowd back, clearly he will be back for his maybe his appropriate. I got to see the crowd one more time before anything. Before anything. But this was perfect for him. This was what he needed. This was a great send off to the legendary career of one of the greatest of all the times, The Undertaker. Rest in peace. He didn't die. I don't know why I just said that. It's just his catchphrase. But overall, Survivor Series was a quarter way thumbs up. The lesser of the matches, and you can tell which matches were important and which ones wasn't. You had Asuka, the New Day, and Drew McIntyre, all that was on Raw, all came to SmackDown. You knew those were going to be important matches, and everything else was just going to be there. Everything else was just there, and those were the three good best matches on the card. So you get what you get. But all in all, the show was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Uh, yeah, and on to TLC, which is December 20th. See you guys then. I'm out.